came out yesterday. I'll tell you who made the list. And before we even start the show, shout out to Mary J. Blige.
Come on, MJ.
Yeah, go girl. But we'll tell you about some nominees, people that got snubbed. The flu is horrible this year. We got some things that you don't need to be doing during flu season. We'll tell you about that. Also got some cool people coming by today. And you know today's show is being brought to you by Brian Joubert, L&B Tax Service. He's going to be hanging out with us today. You know what? If you're on social media right now, do us a favor. Follow us. I'm DC2ATL. That is You Bring Me Joy. And of course, you can follow the show, Michael and Joy.
On everything. And while you're at it, go over to YouTube and subscribe for our YouTube channel so you can watch any of the past shows. No, you don't want to miss any of that.
That's what I'm talking about. Sean Prime got some new music for us today, I am sure. You know why I know that? Because we do the show every day, right here. It's Michael and Joy in the morning. Sensation Station Network. Wake up!
Lego.
What up, Latrell? Yes, it's that new song. It's a group of sisters. Well, the group name has sisters in the voice, but I don't know if they're really sisters. I think they just came out. They from somewhere up north. They're called SWV.
Come on, Coco.
I'm talking about a new record. We playing an old record.
Shout out to Coco Clemens.
Coco Clemens?
Yeah, that's her last name.
I thought she married the basketball football player.
She going by Coco Clemens right now. I don't know about none of that. You know, my cousin designed our dresses for when they won that award in Vegas. Oh man, knew I should have brought that water from the car. Can I leave my vitamins? Bye.
Sisters with Voices.
Taj, Coco, and
Taj is married to the football player, not Coco.
Sean, do you want one of these? You want one of these for yours?
What? That thing? You didn't have them?
Downstairs. Probably for when they sit down. That'll be. Hey, Jay Ortiz. Good morning.
Eddie George, that's her wife, his wife.
Her husband.
Her husband.
I'm about to say, don't start that rumor. His wife.
After what you said today.
What did I say today?
The guy coming in here?
I don't know.
Joe Byers is
I don't know
celebrating his
his name.
birthday. The guy,
I know, I'm joking. Didn't you hear the sarcasm?
You got some lotion?
Maybe.
Can I borrow it? I'll give it back.
No, you won't.
Get some lotion.
Don't you see me doing something?
She waiting tables today? At the spaghetti factory? What?
I have to weigh in.
Oh,
What
nice.
are you, deaf?
Why don't you speak up?
I was speaking up. Do I need everybody in here to hear me?
You look good.
So, what's that got to do with anything?
Can I have a little
No,
lotion?
don't try to butter me up so you can get some lotion.
Joy, can I have some lotion, please?
No.
Joy. Can I have some lotion, please?
I don't have any.
I thought you said you had some.
I said I might.
You don't say you might and then you don't.
And then I don't.
You didn't even check.
I know.
Hey, Sean, do you have any lotion, my brother? Thank you, sir.
Midnight.
Midnight for men.
Hey, what up, Polizy?
Hey, guys.
You could do a whole ad with that.
Hey, guys, when it's cold outside, you just... No, let me do this. Hey, guys, when you're riding in your car, and your car doesn't have heat, and it's cold outside, and those hands get a little rusty, what I do is I go to my bag of tricks, and I pull out my Midnight for Men. Now, regardless of what time it is, 7 a.m. when Michael and
You want
George
some
start,
cashews?
or if you are in them streets, hanging out at places like Magic City or the Blue Flame, and you get a little sticky icky.
What the?
Let me cut that part.
about to say, you know.
And your hands are feeling like a little bit of sandpaper.
What?
Go to the
Why do you sound like that?
midnight cement. It has a great smooth smell.
You gotta take it out. Pour it on your head. How you gonna tell people what it feel like? It's still in the bottle.
I don't know. He'll be cleaning it off. So it got that little hard part right here.
What up, we battle? We
You got that little hard part right there when it sit out there. Midnight cement.
I was from Bath and Body Works.
Oh, is it for real? I'm a bitch on it.
That joint is strong though. Thank you, Sean. Woo!
It's strong?
You don't
I'll
smell
come back to the post.
I want some sticky icky. What? Who says sticky icky?
Oh yeah, that thing you got a nice smell to it. Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. When we come back, we're gonna tell you who's on the show today.
And who's
This is Michael and Joy in
not?
the morning, Sensation Station Network.
Let go. You do it all I do. Put it in your heart.
Cause I can't remember if I put deodorant on this morning either.
All up in here. That's what. Woo!
What's that? Not that taste.
You put it in your mouth?
No. It's too slow.
You put it in your mouth. Oh, shut up. Shut up. Okay, so tomorrow. Is oh, that's cute.
All right, coming back.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Oscar.
Yes, sir.
Mary. Shout out to Mary. Shout out to Mary J. Blige. Yesterday, she got nominated. Well, let me regroup.
I was gonna say,
The
start
9-time Grammy Award winner just got nominated for her first Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. She got the nod for Mudbound, which is a Netflix tale that focuses on the post-war World War II era in the Deep South.
Mm-hmm.
Mary says she just couldn't stop crying. She got a call about 5:30 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Mary probably heard her phone buzzing on her dresser and was like, "Who in the hell is calling me this early?" She looked over. It was her publicist, and her publicist Amanda said she was screaming. So I'm sure Mary probably thought, "What is wrong with Amanda? You okay?" That's the first thing. Like, "Girl, you fine?" Like she thought maybe Amanda was getting locked up or something. Like, "Girl, is you okay?"
I don't know if locked up would be screaming, but go ahead.
Depending on what county you in. Like if Mary was in the Deep South during, if Amanda was in the Deep South during the World War II era getting locked up, she might have been screaming. I don't know, Amanda Silverman? No, she might not have been screaming.
But back to the story.
Amanda told Mary that she was nominated for an Oscar, so congratulations to Mary J. Blige. I gotta find Mudbound now because I've never seen it on Netflix.
I was gonna say, some of these, and I'm not sure, but I feel like some of the movies haven't necessarily been out long.
And that's well, they have to be out for a certain period of time in order to get the nod.
But
They have to be released by a certain day to be released. Like it's like not being nominated for the Grammys. Your song has to be out for a period of time.
What's it called?
Mudbound. So shout out to Mary. She also got a second nod for Best Original Song, Mighty River. Now, Mary J. Blige is the first person ever to be nominated for a performance and an original song in the same year for the same film. So congratulations and shout out to Mary J. Blige doing her thing straight from Uptown Records back in the day. What's the 411, Mary?
So this is the deal. Mudbound came out November 17, 2017. Two men returned home from World War. Yeah, in that little trailer, she looked like she deserved it.
And those are the kind of movies that you get nods for. Like, you ain't gonna get a nod for Soul Plane. Yeah, when you do timepieces like this, like the actor or the actresses really have to, you have to go to an era. Like you
have
ain't
to
like
embody
you doing a
the
movie.
character.
If you jump in a sci-fi flick like with Marvel or something, you have to become that. Like you just can't be a regular dude and win a nomination.
Yeah, that's not typically
congratulations
how that works.
to Mary. That says a lot about Mary. She is very serious.
She is elevating.
And she is doing her thing. So congratulations to you. Later on today, I'll tell you about some other stories from the Oscars. People that may have got snubbed, people that didn't get nods, and some other new people that got nominations. We'll talk about that. Also, we got a cool show for you today. Philip Washington is going to be hanging out with us. Libra is going to be in the building with us today. Our children's story is their story, so we're going to be talking about that. And of course, our man Brian Joubert will be hanging out with us. L&B taxer. You know what? It's tax time, so Brian might be kind of busy. Like he might be
just
trying
a little
to jump us off a little bit. So,
I doubt that.
We'll see. But shout out to Brian Joubert, L&B tax. Is that him, Brian? Oh.
I was gonna say, as he walks up on you like
I thought I heard the door.
You better watch your mouth.
Well, I would have got shanked if I would have been paying attention. Yo, we come
you
back.
better watch your mouth.
Birthdays and shout outs. We'll tell you who's coming. I already told you who's coming on the show.
Right.
Yeah, it's Michael and Joy. Michael and Joy in the morning at michaelandjoy.com. Let go.
Good morning, people.
What up, baby boy?
You know, I learned shake nobody.
Juggy.
Juggy.
What up, Q?
Jug. Ain't nobody shaking nobody.
This the first time I've seen you since DC?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about it. You got there Thursday. It was kind of warm. Friday was nice as hell, wasn't it?
It was Sunday?
That's Saturday. Goddamn.
I said, it's a different type of cold.
Shit, whipping through them buildings, boy. Like, God damn.
Saying that Atlanta cold, no.
What up, folks? You been busy, man?
Not really.
Not yet? Not cranking up yet?
I'm trying to get in the office. I'll be trying to get over there sometime.
That's hilarious.
What up, Gene? Hey, Tamika, good morning.
I wish I'd have gotten there to grab my joystick. I left it in the office. I was doing a video yesterday and forgot it.
Well,
And I saw it and I said, I'm going to put it by the door so that way when I walk out.
you'll take it with you. But see, then what had happened was, good morning, Michael and Joy. Have an awesome and blessed day. Thank you. Picture this official. Good morning. What up, Ray? Hey, Fresh Prince. Northport. Good morning. What up, Pops 49? That must be Michael's dad. Yeah, Michael McFadden. Hey, Pops. Hey, Joe. Good morning. How are you?
Parents be on social media. My mama thinks she gets charged for everything. She don't want nothing on the phone.
Hey, everything is a fee.
If I send this picture, they gonna charge me. She called me. I said, Ma, you can send it. I said, I got unlimited plans.
Right.
I said, unlimited plans. You don't have to worry about nothing. She called me very. Well, I seen this thing pop up. I didn't know if I need to hit that button if it was gonna charge me.
Lord, that's
I said, no, it's gonna charge me.
His mama think everything costs. Baby, I can't talk. Baby, I can't talk long. You know this is a long distance call because you all the way up there in Atlanta.
I used to check the news on the phone, but I stopped that because you say that's going to charge me? I said, no, it'll go against the data plan, but I said, we don't have minutes. I said, so it's okay.
It's going to charge me. That's funny.
I rode around for 10 hours. I didn't want to use that direction thing.
She had to go buy a map. She went buy.
Cost you more buying a map and gas. That was a monthly payment. Mama, we could have made it already riding around.
That road atlas.
And I turned my dad, my stepdad, he played music. And I turned him on to, well, no, he kept talking about this YouTube thing all the other band people was talking about. So I upgraded his phone. Now he get YouTube.
Oh, wow.
His minutes, his data plan kill everybody's now. He's the YouTube king now.
I'm about to say, yeah, don't turn him on the streaming.
He'll call me, man, this new song, I went on YouTube, check it out. Oh, man, that's a nice song.
That's that new Jay Holiday.
Ooh, Jaden went off, huh?
Jaden went off, huh? Jay ain't feeling y'all.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Today's show is being brought to you by L&B Tax Service. CEO, Mr. Brian Joubert is in the building. What up, Brian?
Yeah.
Brian, this is the first time I've seen you since Washington, D.C.
Yeah, we here, man, back in the 80s.
We had a good time, didn't we?
Yeah, oh, man, I enjoyed that.
Tell us about that, that D.C. code, though. A little bit different than ATL code.
Yeah, I said that I didn't think it was early on, but like I say, Sunday, I said this ain't the same 16 degrees in Atlanta. Boy, that was cutting. That wind was cutting in D.C. It's like, yeah, this is a different type of cold.
Man, I woke up Sunday morning to go to the airport, so I'm like, man, I know, because we was at the what was the name of the spot? Was that Harold's? Not Harold's. It was somebody named Clyde's. Yeah, we were at Clyde's.
Somebody other grandma.
Yeah. So as I'm walking back from Clyde's back to the hotel, I saw a train station. I saw the Metro Center. So I was like, oh, it's not that far of a walk. Well, I had to get up I left for my flight about 8 o'clock that morning. It was like, man, I could just walk to the train station. It wasn't that far with my purple carry-on luggage.
With your purple.
Man, it was so cold there, boy. And I ain't had no gloves. Like, I had a little jacket on. I was not prepared.
You were tripping.
At all.
He was tripping, won't he, Brian? I don't know what you was thinking.
I didn't think that out very well, you know. I figured I might have a suit on. I brought a suit jacket. I said, well, I could wear my suit jacket, but not realizing I wasn't going to have a suit on going back to the airport.
Oh, so you didn't have no coat?
I had a little hoodie on, almost thicker than this shirt right here.
No coat.
No,
you had no coat. Okay, I was gonna say a hoodie, a little different.
And shout out to that Clyde's vegan French toast, though, boy.
Ooh, if I would have ate some, I could imagine how good it would have been.
Hey, Tech Time is here. Just FYI, the first day of electronic filing your tax returns with the IRS is January 29th, right? Explain what that means.
29th. Yeah, they pushing it back every year. People are a little mad because it ain't coinciding with their plans of shopping. But, you know, the IRS pushed it back to the 29th is the first day that you can electronically file your return. Now, you can do your returns now, but we can't send them off to the IRS. It's people actually been calling about mailing their return, about getting them done and mailing them. But by the time you mail them and get your refund back, you can be then waited to the 29th, filed electronically, got it processed in 24 hours, and got your refund back in about 10 days. So it's best to wait.
Now, with earned income credit and additional child tax credits, that's going to be processed a little bit different this year too, right?
Ooh, that's another one. Yeah, that's oh man, it's going to be some people getting cut because the attitude's going to be bad. Because IRS actually pushed back individuals who's getting earned income credit, child tax credit, and which is they say the low income earners, and which is usually under 45,000, they normally qualify for those particular credits if they have children. And so the IRS is on this really big security protection thing now. So they're taking more time to make sure that your kids are your kids and you don't have Nene's daughter you claim. And you know, and so They checking W-2s to make sure those are a little bit more legit. So they taking longer to process. And because earned income credit and child tax credit is government money, they're giving that money out later because they want to do their due diligence.
That makes
so
sense.
you're going to wait until the 15th and probably get your return about the 27th of February.
Now, finally, on these important changes of the tax code for 2017, the new tax law bill. People are kind of panicking about this tax law bill. 45 has done this and done that. But happy to say, that doesn't affect you this year, right?
No, that goes into effect next year. And the only thing that's actually starting this year is the medical and dental expenses.
And we'll talk about that more. Brian, as Joubert is in the building. lbtaxservice.com is the website. It's Michael and Joy in the morning. We got your birthdays, I promise you. Michael and Joy, let go.
Hey, you did the let go too. God, he's so.
Because we was running out of time. You gotta listen listen to the thing.
You still could have let me do it. You
Let me see your
you say all the words, then two words, let go. I can't even say that. Who cares if I'm going out?
I might not want to sit in the middle.
You good.
Caught up in crossfire.
Nah.
Brother Fremont, what's going on?
Nah, you straight, you good.
Man, why you move back to Atlanta, man? I don't have a Denver connection no more, man.
Denver.
Oh, and talking about cold weather. Whew, I was in Denver last year, and just so happened I got caught in the first day of the snowstorm. Yeah, that was ugly there.
In Colorado?
Yeah, I was going to, James, remember that spot you turned me on to, man? I had to get out and go to that spot to go watch the game. After I slid the first 2 times in that ice, I decided I'd watch it from the hotel room.
Did you be trying to walk with your hands in your pocket? None of that there. Joel, I'm calling you Joel Byers. It's your birthday.
Good morning, Miss Franklin.
Hey, hold on, y'all.
Hello.
All right, people, let's get up. Let's get at it. It's Wednesday. Let's be great. Let's be great today. Actually, we don't have no choice. We have to be great. What's up, Brother Brian? I'll be back out your way, man. Let's talk so we can put that thing together.
Thank you, sir. Today we did a story that I think we could.
You did a story on what?
I wanted to ask you about what it $8 of every 10 of wealth created last year went to the richest 1%.
Yeah, that's quite right. He said what if?
No, it said
That
it
is the
was.
case.
That
No,
was
Yeah,
the
it
case.
is the case.
Yeah.
Um,
And it said that the billionaire boom is not a sign of a thriving economy, but a symptom of a failing economic system.
That's probably, it's been found.
but the system never was designed for equality. Though.
Right.
But that's what we're talking about.
I was like, the system, do you think, was it designed for entrepreneurs? Not
Yeah.
the system.
Yeah, it was designed initially for the wealthy.
Sensation Station Network on the
For
other.
the wealthy.
That's my whole
Okay,
platform.
You're upstairs or you're trying to get
the wealthy
inside?
are winning. Play the game that they play.
Right.
Okay, so I'll open the door and bring you back, okay? Just come to the back. Just come up to the top floor. If someone's coming out.
Brother Joe, good morning, man. Actually, man, I missed you on the birthday thing, but happy birthday to you, brother. So hope you enjoy. Hope you
They
got
back
the most
here?
out of it, man.
No, they're inside up here. Trying to get it.
Oh, there they go. Hey! I'm about to say, man,
Did you get the message?
yeah, I responded back to you. I can't answer the phone when I'm.
I kind of
Yeah.
Well, how are you?
And then I responded. I was like, text me.
We come back, it's gonna be three.
Hell of high water, we was gonna be here.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah,
Good
see, look
morning.
right.
Thank you. Oh,
I'm thankful that
Hi, how are you?
joined there herself.
You can sit down. You can move
good
my back.
morning.
Okay.
Or you can actually just hand
Are
it
you
over
talking?
here.
Are you both
Both
talking?
of them.
Okay, okay. All right, no problem. We'll get you another chair.
Thank you.
Working folk.
Good,
how are you?
Hey Laura, good
This
morning.
is Brian.
What up,
Sorry,
Fred?
guys.
What up, Foot?
Will we be able to go live as well?
Sit down.
Yeah.
For a small fee.
Okay.
Just pay me and I'll get it to them later.
We gotta come back 3 minutes before the birthdays. You can use those headphones there if you want to, okay?
Okay.
Right about
Right here?
there.
Okay.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the
Yes,
website. It's
sir.
Wednesday. Got an awesome show for you today. Phillip Washington gonna be in the building. Libra is gonna be hanging out with us today as well. We're gonna be talking our children's story. You can check it out, our children's _ story on Instagram. If you want to get like a sneak peek of what we're gonna be talking about, you can go over there right now. You know how your teacher used to say, guys, tomorrow we're going over chapter 9, so read over chapter 9 tonight.
Yeah,
So it doesn't
right.
look foreign when you come in to school tomorrow. I'd be like, Miss Hill, I haven't even read chapter 2 yet.
I was gonna say
I'm still behind.
The one beautiful thing is at the end of the chapter they typically had in bullet points.
Bullet points.
You just go to the end of the chapter.
Then we got school on them cliff notes. Brian and Joubert is hanging out with it. Brian,
Yes, sir.
leave this stuff alone, man.
Hey, man.
I was gonna say
Do it
let
during
us.
the
I mean he can
commercial.
still
Do
talk.
it during the commercial.
I can multitask.
My man Brian Joubert is back. And speaking of multitasking, Brian, not only do you guys do tax services, but you provide financial information for your clients too, right?
Yeah, in the sense of business startup, incorporations, doing those type of things, and just overall consultation. We don't do financial planning. I teach you a little bit about investing and mutual funds and things, but that's not my lane.
There you go.
Mhm.
Yesterday we
I know
did a
my name.
story, and I thought about you. It was about the billionaire boom, and statistically, they said more than 8 of every $10 of wealth created last year went to the richest 1%. And then they also went on to say that the billionaire boom is not a sign of a thriving economy, because that's what most people think, that
Yeah.
because people are getting billions on billions on billions, that the economy is thriving, but it's actually more of a symptom of a failing economic system. Would you agree?
Yes, I would totally agree. And first of all, man, it's flattering to think that if you think of billionaire, I come to mind. So, so that's a beautiful thing right there. Though.
Hello.
So,
It wasn't that part. It was the $8 part.
oh, okay. That's how 8 out of 10, but I'll take it. Hey, but it is a feeling because what's happening is we becoming like a lot of these other countries. You have the seriously rich and the seriously poor.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why when you hear that we're going to have more millionaires than any time before, that's a beautiful thing. But on the downside is we're having more people that's economically distressed than any time before. So it's failing in a sense because it's not building equality. It's not good across the board.
But was it ever meant to be equal?
No, this society, this country was built on the haves and have-nots.
Okay.
And so when you started this country, you had a plethora. You heard that word?
There you
Huh?
go, boy.
You heard that word.
I see
But
you.
a plethora of people that actually got rich, and then you had the slave trade. You had all of those different people that really didn't have much of nothing. And so, we can get into that when we were at our better times, especially in the black community, when we start talking about the Black Wall Street before segregation and all of those type of things. But no, it wasn't built to be equal. It was supposed to have the dominant financial people versus the lesser.
That's
Brian
what I
is
thought.
Joubert, L&B Tax Service. You can check him out every Wednesday right here on Michael and Joy. You usually catch him in that first snowstorm in Denver, too.
Yeah.
He was
Why
like,
you always
I
out there
hope
during that time?
I don't know. The weather showed good for a minute. You know, I don't be watching though. So I
The
don't
weather
be watching.
showed good.
Hey, if you got a
That's New
birthday
Orleans for you,
today,
boy.
happy birthday to you. Also, got to say good morning and shout out to Coach Oliver Adams. Having problems setting your goals and you want to take your business to another level? Well, holler at our partner Oliver Adams, the coach. He will help you get unstuck and get back on the road to success. Now it's time to set realistic goals and take control of your life. If you want to do that today, Coach is doing free phone sessions today. Go to his website, power2live.net. Get his number off of there. Give him a call. Set up you a free phone session to holler at our coach, Coach Oliver Adams. Get yourself in the game.
We saw Coach last night.
Oh, did y'all really? Shout out to Coach. Coach, did he have on a suit with no tie?
Had that first button unbuttoned.
Right. Did he have on like a gold
I don't know.
necklace?
I don't know
with a
about all the
Uzi?
rest. I don't know about
with
all the rest.
With a Uzi charm? Remember the charm?
I'm not sure.
Hey, a little bit later on, we're going to talk to Brian about his parents and technology.
Hey man, I'm talking about Mom. I couldn't figure out that VCR this weekend. It bothered me. It bothered me, man.
Hey, if you celebrate a
man.
birthday today, here are some celebs that share that same day. Happy birthday to Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore turns 47 years old today.
Allegedly.
Also, happy birthday to Neil Diamond. He turned 77. Remember you saw him in concert?
Nah,
Neil
I
Diamond.
just found out Stevie Nicks was a woman, so I
I think it's Stevie, by the way.
Yeah,
Stevie.
Also celebrating a birthday today, little Ashley Tatiana Ali turns 39 years old today. Ed, yes, Ed,
Yeah,
y'all
y'all
getting old.
getting older.
Ed Helms, if y'all know Ed Helms from The Hangover. He was the dude that lost his tooth. Yeah, he turned 44 years old
brown
today. And
hair.
did you know that he is from Atlanta? He went to high school, born here in the city of Atlanta. So shout out to
We'll
Ed.
definitely need that fact on Jeopardy.
There you go. Also, shout out and happy birthday to the Dungeon family's very own Sleepy Brown, who turns 48 years old today. If you ever watched the OC, Miss Misha Barton turns 32 years old today. Shout out to my favorite Wheaties box. Had Mary Lou Retton on there, boy, back in the day when she won that gold medal. How she landed that thing?
That's not the one I thought you was going to say.
Bruce Jenner.
Ah, there you go. That's how she landed that thing. Mary Lou got that 10, boy. They was like, go, little Mary Lou. Boy, she had them little
Stuck
legs,
that
boy.
little stomach out.
Man, what? She's 50.
I was going to say,
today,
this is
by the way.
too much.
Also,
learning a
a
lot about you, Michael.
WB birthday today. And speaking of WB birthday, well, Philip, a WB birthday is a would have been birthday. If they would have been here today,
They would have held
would've
on.
been celebrating a birthday. Passed away at the age of 33. He would have been 69 years old today. Comedian John Belushi.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he would have been 69 years old today. So happy birthday to John.
I was going to say happy birthday to a few birthdays. Happy birthday, Javon, Eli, Keon, Chris, and Tommy Nova. If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you from us, Michael and Joy at Sensation Station Network.
Can I shoot
What
a
up, the
birthday?
inside
I thought you
recruiter?
were going to say something.
I was about to say these birthdays right here.
Happy birthday, Dawn.
Nah.
Oh!
Miss D. Dawson, happy
I was going to say,
birthday.
if you
Herbalife
want, you can
Queen.
put this one.
What's up, T.I.? Yeah, man, definitely. We have to link up.
Hey, guys. Good morning.
All right, let's get it, man. Well, you know this season about to come. We need to wrap on some stuff.
You grew up with Latrell?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Small world, small
Nice to
world.
meet y'all. How you
Yes,
doing?
oh, wonderful, wonderful. Nice to
Nice
meet
to
you.
meet you.
Latrell go back. We were 7 and 8 when we met.
Really?
Is Latrell watching? Latrell, where you at?
She probably is.
Hey, brother Joe, man,
Oh, she
congrats
probably
on it.
on
Actually, I'm gonna shoot y'all out on this.
Okay.
She ain't on the way to work. It's too
Everyone
Shark
early.
Tank
who's
thing,
up
man.
is up.
So
What up,
definitely
Gotta
good
get
looking
your
on that.
Yes.
That's a big
Yes.
thing right there. So let's get together because I
Libra
wanted
Hicks.
to
Okay.
make sure that we get y'all in the highlight in the profile zone. So I'll let y'all. Shark Tank representing Damon John, your new
Hey,
business
Jasmine, happy
partner.
birthday to you, Jasmine.
This
Yup,
is gonna
I
be
shouted
lit.
you out.
Libra's with me. You can't see her at the moment, but she's going to be on camera in a second. So hello, Sonia, Kat, Carolyn, Tequila. Oh, I'm doing her maternity shoot.
Oh, no, you can do. Because y'all are going to have to swap mic probably anyway.
Okay.
But, you know.
Latrell Libra here. She was over here.
Oh, she
earlier.
was. We was.
Hey,
she was-
Day, good morning. How are you? Whoop, whoop.
You said leave. I think you about to give me a birthday shout out.
Ah, Libra's in the building. It's a Aquarius Nation right now.
Yeah,
They
it's
got
Aquarius right
yeah. Y'all
Okay,
trying to
y'all
take
probably
over.
all right. Okay, anyway.
Well, no, we
All right.
Pisces. This is Pisces over here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, everybody's still all right though.
Uh-oh.
I'm about to
You're
say
not a Libra, but,
Pisces. What they say, last but not least.
Yeah, we got many things with us.
Yes, we come with a lot. a lot of
We're
things.
very all or nothing.
Yes.
Hey, Miss Cody, I'm coming to get some of that,
Black, white, all
all
or
or
nothing,
nothing,
up,
yeah.
down, love, hate.
that,
Like,
that,
there's
that
no in
brown
between
stew
with us.
I
shrimp.
love people today. I don't
That
want to be
vegan,
bothered
that
with you
semi-vegan
tomorrow.
brown
Yes, all of the above.
I'll cry
So
the
make sure you have it on
Oh,
deck.
man, I'm so
I
glad
mean,
you're
good
watching. I love Monique.
Yaman Jamaican
Hi,
restaurant, man, in Mapleton. When y'all come see me, go get y'all a plate. Yeah, that brown stew vegan shrimp, y'all.
What is it?
Well, semi-vegan. Brown stew,
How was it
semi-vegan.
semi-vegan?
What is
Semi-vegan.
That's
That's
semi-pregnant.
him right
You see
there.
what I'm saying? See how she
Semi-pregnant.
asked that? I'm telling you,
I'm
the
just saying.
inquisitive part.
They wanna
Man,
know.
listen,
I wanna
They
know. You
wanna
gonna
know.
slip words
I
in.
talked to the attorney yesterday.
Hey.
Like
I'll
this
trip
thing
you on
down.
that one.
Yep.
Semi-vegan.
It's a movement.
Semi-vegan.
I know, man. That's like semi-pregnant.
I'm sort of kind of pregnant, you know.
Something like that.
You
Something
just
like
made up
that.
your mind if you was gonna
Something
keep
like
it.
that.
Well, that's
Well, then you
true. That could
semi
be, yeah,
at
that
that
is
point
semi.
now.
You just
Yeah,
haven't figured out if you
Yeah,
want to
so-
tell
so,
folks yet.
you
'Cause-
know.
Right.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I got a
But there's
definition
some
for you.
people out there semi-pregnant right now. But
We
I ain't
just
gonna cause
wait,
it
we
being
just,
heard
we just
from me.
waiting for the first trimester to be over.
Exactly. Exactly.
Fun and
Hey, Sherry.
You trying to get some
Look at
basics?
y'all up
I
all
got it.
early.
I'm just looking.
Y'all know I don't usually deal with humans before 11
Listen,
o'clock,
he-
but see, you down for the calls.
It was a struggle, honey. It was
And
a
yes,
struggle.
look, yes, the face is beat this morning.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you did, because I didn't have it in me.
You know, I used to
The
like
face is beat this
work.
Not mine.
Now, underneath it's beat down. I done poured out every bit of trickery and magicry that I can think of
You so
to make it work.
I make up words.
Yes,
Wow.
magicry.
Phillip over here.
That's right.
Everything.
we ask people to be creative, then we talk about
And then
when
we
they
talk
at
about
work.
when they do it.
Exactly.
That's how you
Put
do.
me down for the right
That's how you
shit.
do.
Right.
About that.
Exactly.
Hey, Marcella. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, folks, Inclusion Fashion Show. Every time. Need you there.
Yes.
Moni, I know you gonna be there to do the work.
You going to Clark's gallery Sunday?
I mean,
No,
all,
he
all
asked
kind of
me,
working labor
just to
laws.
be-
That day.
Yes, but I won't be here.
I think we all gonna
Yeah,
file
I mean,
legal.
violating
It's this
all kind
Sunday?
of. I'll
Yeah.
violate child working,
Oh.
working labor, child labor laws. Let me.
I told him, yeah,
Had the kids working.
Everybody
all day.
working.
Had everybody working. The whole
Everybody
family. The
working.
dog can be
Come
there
on,
working.
Silver Ray Fox. Good to see you. Kind of sort of see you.
What's going on, cuz? Happy New Year.
Y'all got any more bottled water in the building?
I had to find.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to
So-
get a little bit of that money though, man, a little bit, you know, so I
Y'all
can
don't boil
spread
no
the
toilet
wealth.
water around here.
Nah, waterfall. You.
Water.
Look, there you go.
Yeah, so we can leave it and have our daughters and
You know
great
what?
efficient.
Waterfall.
So, good morning, man.
G Daddy, what up, boy? When you coming to see us?
Got many people. I love it.
I did Instagram since you did it.
Oh yeah,
That's
smart.
smart.
See, look at that. Thank you. See how two brains work? See,
Yes.
Yeah. Say hi to Michael.
Hey, Michael.
No, you're Michael.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm Michael.
you're Michael. So yeah.
Bunch of Michaels this morning.
You know?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Joy, if you flip the camera to the side, you have to do it before you start shooting on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have to type. You have to put it the way that you would type the words in. Hey,
Look, Joe,
Seema.
you know-
Good morning. Hey,
Joe,
Divas in
I'm
the
glad
Fence.
you
Look,
did
look,
that,
look,
man. I
look.
gotta reach out to you. I've been reaching out to you mentally for about 3 days.
Are you representing today?
I
Divas
need
in
to
the
come
Fence.
see you.
Divas in the
Ah.
Fence.
Ha-ha,
You know,
check
I
it
won
out.
that championship, so I moved up a level, so I got
It's a
some
program,
deficiencies I need to
in
work
a group
on.
that
So let's get
teach
this
you
tennis
how
thing going.
women's
So
self-defense.
definitely
Okay.
gotta holler at you.
I like.
Shout out to
Just in
Cole
case somebody
Parker and
wanna try.
Vanessa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like
Cole
that.
They
Parker.
here representing.
Cole Parker.
If they want to try it. What a
And it's
diva.
just divasindefense.com.
Okay. Divas in the Fence.
Get that pepper spray.
That's right. I keep bag ain't empty now.
I got a couple of nice little things in the
Yeah,
top.
bag ain't empty now.
As soon as y'all out, go down that cold.
Go for it.
Draw back 20 seconds.
Well, the event that we're doing, we work with together.
Y'all work in the event.
Right, but we
Yeah.
have individual companies.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
I'll open up with you.
Okay.
Talk about who you are.
Okay.
And then we segue into how.
Be a.
Okay. Good story.
Yeah.
Word. That's a
And
good
I
story.
found out through Mama Payne.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. That's my girl.
She's
so sweet.
Shout out to Mama Payne.
Yeah, shout out to
Shout out to T-Pain Mama.
Yeah,
Yes.
shout out to T-Pain Mama.
Michael and Joy in the morning.
Woo-hoo.
MichaelandJoy.com. Today's show is being brought to you by Brian Joubert,
Yeah.
L&B Tax Service. We got some awesome tax tips, some new things happening in the tax world. We'll tell you about that. Brian, I got to ask you about your parents, though, please, real quick. Told the story when you came in about your mom and her phone, but for some reason your mama think everything on the phone you have to pay for. Please explain.
That sound about
Yeah,
right.
I just have to educate her that, sending a picture is not a charge, though, but mom.
Sending text messages.
Well, she I think she understands the text message now.
Oh,
But yeah, she gave me. I was in New Orleans this weekend, man, and I fought with trying to hook that VCR up to the new little smart box they have with the cable thing, and I felt challenged, man. I just didn't feel right. I felt I didn't do my job as a son because I couldn't get it. I'm like, no, I'm gonna call the people. She's like, we're gonna charge a fee. That's all right. That's all right.
I'm gonna pay that fee.
I'll pay
that fee.
Yeah, you try to keep squeezing and turning them little thing and getting it. Man, I'm like, I'll pay that fee.
And then next thing you know, the clock's still blinking at 12 o'clock. Like,
Yeah,
that thing just steady blinking.
So yeah, I'm working with moms and technology, man.
Man, shout out
like
to them.
y'all parents be all on Facebook. Man, my mom like, I ain't getting that book face thing.
Book face.
How much that cost right there, Brian? I'm good. Hey, Phillip Washington's in the building. What up, Phillip?
I am in the building. Hello, thanks for having me.
You look amazing this morning.
Oh, thank
I
you.
do not jump out of the bed at 5-ish and look like that. What's the secret?
It's trickery.
Trickery.
Magicry.
Magicry.
Yeah, we're making up words this morning.
Yes, sir.
It's early enough that we can make up words and get away with it.
I
There you
know that's
go.
right.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Phillip.
Well, I am the owner of YB Limited, and YB Limited is the first and only all-inclusive mobile glam spa in the country.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Come
yeah.
on.
So, oh yeah.
Oh, so you're
It's fun as it sounds. I'm telling you.
Really?
Yeah. So we do. So that's why I had to represent at.
Yeah,
you know,
because if you would have came in and said we are mobile,
Exactly.
and
And I
I'd be
wasn't
like,
glam. No matter what time.
Well, where
of the
were
morning.
they?
Hello. Okay, so I got to represent. So, I
Amen.
got up at, 15 hours ago to do my makeup. So
And
it's
then
all
all
kind
this.
of, I'm asleep underneath. actually.
How did it start for you? Like, how did you get into fashion and
Well,
glam?
Well, okay, it was a natural organic thing. But, for me, beauty, fashion, and everything was like ingrained in me since I was young.
Okay.
Now, it wasn't encouraged
Okay.
when I was young. I didn't, start to rediscover it until I was like 30.
Okay.
Like really embrace it. And I actually started off making my own lip glosses, and then people were like, "Well, you need to start a company." So I was like, oh, "Who does that?" Like the other
Right.
people do that,
Right.
right? And I just support. But no, I started. So my business partner, Henrico Sanflora, and myself, we started YB Limited. Originally supposed to be just a lip gloss line,
Oh wow. Okay.
and that didn't happen that way. See, God is real
Mhm,
fun.
he be
when
knowing.
doing stuff. Yeah. So I started off just doing makeup, and then I would show up to do clients, and the hair would look a mess. And my business partner, he's a photographer. He's like, I can't take a picture with her hair looking like that,
Uh-huh.
like of my makeup with her
Right.
hair looking like that. So we brought on a hairstylist.
Okay.
So he's already the photographer, and then so we had the hair together, we had the makeup together. Pictures were looking good, but then the clothes, no.
So what had happened was I'm
So
gonna
we
need
was
you
just
to
doing
get
hair
this
shots.
beauty
Yeah,
shot.
exactly.
I'm gonna need you to cover your shoulders.
So then we ended up bringing on a stylist, and
Okay.
then it just grew legs from there, and then took off, and then we ended up everywhere at that point, and traveling, and people bring us in to do weddings and anything.
Because it's one less thing that I have to worry about.
That's,
If I can hire somebody
Yes.
that knows what they're doing, and then it's everything.
it's everything in one, like, still to this day, we started in 2013, we're still the only company like ours that you
That's-
call one person. You literally put everything on my shoulders.
Mhm.
Like everything is on my shoulders, so you know all you have to do is show up the day of, and everything is gonna be taken care of.
I know
And
that's
on
right.
the show, we have with our listening base, we have a lot of people that are entrepreneurs or looking to start. You made the comment about somebody told you start a business, and you was like, hold up, I don't do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, no.
But once you realized you could, what was the first thing you did that you remember?
Did I realize that I could? Oh my God, I was actually doing it for a while before I actually realized that I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna be real frank with you. I honestly felt like I was a fraud when I first started because I did not know what I was doing. I didn't have faith in myself per se. My friends, my family, my supporters had more faith in me than I did. I was just kind of going through the motions until I realized, like, oh my God, like I am doing it. And then that's when I went ahead and did the tax numbers and started making it official.
Once you realize, you know what, I might be onto something.
Might be onto something. And Brian, let me ask you, when you get clients that come into your business and they get to that point where they realize, man, I've been doing this for 3 years, like I'm probably a business by now, but they don't realize it though, right?
No, and in fact, that's funny because at my last show last week, we talked about having a hustle versus a business. And what happens is people don't understand that, you really won't be successful until you get a business and not a hustle. And what we do is we stay in the hustle mode so long, and it's not because, we don't want to grow, it's because we think everybody around us is doing it the same way. That's the way it should be done. So we don't know business versus hustle.
Hey, Phillip Washington hanging out with us today. YB Limited is the company. When we come back, we're going to tell you about this project that they got going on. YB Limited, and guess who? Our children's story. More to come. It's Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com.
Yes, sir. Lego.
Lego.
Yes, sir.
I added yes, sir. That's why.
All right, y'all, let's get up and start humping. It's hump day.
All right, we're going to switch you out. Good job.
Okay.
You rock that.
Thank you.
You rock that. You don't have to get up. Just slide up.
Okay.
He said, get up and hump us with hump day. My body and
Yeah,
my spirit is still in the bed.
There ain't nothing humping around today.
Who humping? Who humping today?
Always be humping.
Oh,
Wish I could have that much
it's a
fun.
good workout. Hump on then, my brother. Hump
Mom
on.
is on, hey Mom.
She
This is
said
a
hump
family
on.
show.
The hot scrum.
Love you.
Oh, that's awesome. Happy Friendship Day to the best radio personality guy in the
Is
world.
it Friendship Day for real?
Nah, I think it's on Facebook.
Oh, the way they
It's-
tell
Oh,
you
they
how
tell
you
you
been.
about
Okay.
friends, yeah. When you've known them your whole life, but you've been friends for 5
3
years.
years.
Yeah, it's like, okay. All right. I had the funniest thing happen the other night. So you get the Africans who want to marry you on Facebook.
Of course.
So
Get them all the time.
Shout out Clark there, son.
What about the prince? They got all the money.
well, yeah, the
Oh,
prince.
okay.
Yeah, I had a few
Him too.
friends.
Have you ever had like the
Yeah,
sister
some-
reach out or the brother be like,
Oh
you
no,
want
so
to-
loud. Yeah, I know. She
I'm
can't
allowed.
help it.
I can't help it.
But the funny thing
Oh,
working
is,
on my Spanish.
he reached
Oh,
out to me
I'm about to say
and
I'm
asked me,
Filipino.
did I
I get it up.
write something for her?
Yeah.
I said, I'm sorry, you must have sent this to the wrong person. He said, no, I sent it to you. I said, I don't know you. He said, but we've been friends on
Hey,
Facebook.
King Onyx. Hey, Fearless.
So you better.
Huh?
He said,
I mean,
he said, we've been
this.
friends
I
on
don't need it
Facebook for
afterwards.
6 months. No, yeah. Really?
So you all established.
We're established. He said, we've been friends for 6
Right.
months on Facebook.
Y'all a couple.
We are couple. Like, we officially, like, what is it? Like,
What is that?
Commonwealth?
Comment.
Common law.
Common law.
Comment.
But not really.
But not really.
So maybe that's something in Nigeria that they're doing.
It's probably a lot of stuff
It's a
over
lot.
there they doing.
Yeah. So I was just
That we don't know.
So I was like, well, no, that's not gonna. I'm gonna just go ahead and block you and go ahead and get a divorce while we can.
Right, and let's
You
let
know,
this
annul
be.
the situation.
Let this be.
This Facebook marriage that we're
We're
doing.
talking about Trump. When I hear that Nigeria,
Yeah, I know that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I am a Nigerian prince. I have
Yeah.
50 billion
Normally
dollars.
it's the sister or the brother. You would be perfect.
But I need 75 of your dollars.
Yes.
Are you able to read off the
For
shelf?
you to get this
Oh,
$50 million.
the day that gay marriage was legal, they called me. They start hitting me up. I was getting all kind of Facebook friend requests. I said, Lord,
We're going back.
You need to be with me.
Hey, Paula, good morning.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. We're talking about Oscar nominations. Congratulations again to Mary J. Blige, nominated for 2 Oscars this year. Tonight, I'm going to check out that movie that she got on Netflix and see what the buzz is all about. Also, shout out to Christopher Plummer. He is also nominated for Best Supporting Actor. Now, you know Christopher Plummer was the guy who replaced Kevin Spacey in the movie, that movie that they did. Yeah, I forgot the name of it.
All
But
the Money
Kevin
in the
Spacey,
World.
yeah,
All the Money
Kevin
in the World.
Spacey, that was his part. Kevin Spacey has shot all of his stuff. So when these allegations came out about him and the little boy at the party, they said, you know what, we're going to 86 Kevin Spacey. They called Christopher Plummer. Christopher Plummer had to shoot the entire scene before the movie came out, which was on Christmas Day 2017. So Christopher Plummer had to get in there and read them lines, boy.
He was not
He
playing.
did.
Boy, if you listen real hard, you can hear people screaming in the background. No, that's not what you say. they didn't have time to re-edit the stuff.
He did it, though.
I was gonna say, well, he figured it out.
It's
They
way
figured it
over
out.
there.
They
It's that-
figured it out
Yeah,
too.
they figured it out, but congratulations to him. Also, people feel that James Franco was snubbed despite earning critical acclaim at the Golden Globes for his performance in the movie The Disaster Artist. He did not receive an Oscar nomination, nor did Wonder Woman. They thought that because it was such a empowering year for women in 2017. All the experts thought that the DC breakout movie Wonder Woman would get a nod, but unfortunately, it did
What
not.
had happened was.
Yeah, but shout out to them. But I'll tell you about some people that got nods too. And once again, shout out to
You want
Mary
to know
J.
what I was
Blige.
noticing? Me and Brenton watched a lot of Fast and the Furious, and Wonder Woman was in.
Uh-oh.
She was in a couple of the Fast and Furious movies.
I thought you were about to say Fast and Furious got snubbed. Hey, hanging out with us today also is
Bless
Miss
your heart.
Libra J. Hicks. She's in the building. She is the founder of Our Children's Story. You can check out the website, ourchildrenstory.org. Hey, Libra.
Hello.
Libra, we have some commonality today.
Yes, we do.
You grew up with one of my old real estate partners, Miss Latrell.
I did.
Long time though, right?
Yes, very long
Yeah.
time. Very.
Any secrets I can talk about on radio? You want to put it out there?
Nah, I ain't gonna do that.
We can do it during the commercial.
Okay, we
All right,
might be able to do that. I'm
That's
just,
what I'm talking
I'm just
about.
teasing.
Who is Libra J. Hicks? Tell us who you are.
I am many things, honey. I am a mom, a wife. I run Our Children's Story. I partner with Phillip with his organization to do things in the community. We just did something yesterday, literally spur of the moment yesterday. I'm a whole lot of stuff. I'm a motivational speaker. I just do a lot.
Now, how did it get to OCS? Because it was. Tell us about the story about your sister.
Well, it's not my sister.
I meant your. You know
my
what I'm talking about.
children.
Your children.
So how originally prior to children, I was pursuing a professional singing career.
Okay.
And
What?
I had my yes.
I was like, do a little something.
I'll hit you with one.
Okay.
Jesus. Sorry, you just
No,
don't
you,
bring
she
it
so-
said she would hit us with one, not you.
And so when I had my oldest son, it was a botched delivery. My OBGYN messed up the delivery, causing my son to go an hour without oxygen, which left him brain dead on the right side of his brain. From that, it morphed into cerebral palsy, epilepsy, and a host of other challenges. But even then, I still wasn't OCS. I still was, once I get stabilized, I'll get back to singing.
Right.
However, I didn't realize all of the medical things that would come with him. And so as I kept going and kept going and kept going, it was just kind of like, wait a minute, okay, this is really taking all of my time. There's no way I can be a singer.
Right.
And then I started to see a lot of the gaps, a lot of the hurdles that we would have to climb over, a lot of things that I would have to go without because insurance wouldn't cover, fighting for insurance, trying to get things. It was just a mess, and it literally showed me a lot of things that needed to happen for other families, and it just made me realize if I'm going through this, I know other people are going through it. And because I'm a very vocal person, I don't bite my tongue. If there's an issue, I'm gonna speak on it, and I really don't care what nobody else thinks about it. And I realized I am needed to help this community, because there are a lot of people would always ask me, are you tired? When do you, and it's a lot, because my son is 100% dependent. He's wheelchair bound, nonverbal, G-tube fed. He needs me all the time. And fortunately, I have my husband and my mom there. My mom moved in with me to help me with my son. And then people started coming to me, well, how did you get this? And how did you get that? And how did you get Medicaid? And it was just like, wow, I'm actually ministering. Right, I'm on to something. I'm able to give this information out now. The catch to that is, a lot in this community, everybody is tight-lipped. No one wants to share information because they're afraid that if they tell you, it's going to run out. So you have to do a lot of digging, a lot of research, a lot of reading.
We only got $10 allocated, right?
And so it just morphed into
our children's story.
Yesterday we did a story yesterday how women were the hardest people to live with because of the amount of care that y'all have for the family, you know. And we said it's always the woman that's nagging and all that kind of stuff, but it's because you guys care. I was watching television last night. It was a news show in the hospital, and I had it on, and I saw a scene where the parents saw their baby on the gurney and couldn't do anything about it. They felt helpless.
Of course.
How did you feel when you saw your baby, and how did you stay strong enough to get to this day?
Well, let me define strength. People think vulnerability is a weakness. It is not, because I allow myself to feel every emotion that emerges. I don't suppress it. When people say don't cry, I'm like, you a lie.
Right,
I got to,
exactly.
because it'll show in other ways. And so I allowed myself to feel every emotion. So when he would be because we just had surgery number 11. And so we've had some pretty harsh surgeries that really touch and go to where I thought, oh my God, this might be my last day with him. And I allow myself to feel every emotion, and I just handle it from there, because when you start to suppress, you can't handle. You get in your head,
and then you get to the point where you're like, you just blow one day off because somebody cut you off.
Absolutely, absolutely. Staying strong, I just keep going, because I know my son's life, literally, not figuratively, literally, his life depends on me.
Feel every emotion is the word. We come back, we're going to talk about this partnership right here and how this happened right here.
Okay.
Everybody getting their face all beat down and singing and all that good stuff. Hey, shout out to a woman, who wasn't so lucky for periods in her life, but that changed in a big way in 2018. Miss Shauna Donnelly matched the 5 white balls drawn in the Lucky for Life drawing on January 15th up in Michigan. Now, she was on the brink of homelessness because of a similar situation, because she takes care of her mom, and her mom, she is using all those resources. Well, she matched all 5 numbers and won the big lottery, which was $25,000 a year for the rest of her life. Now, she chose to take her winnings in a one-time lump sum payment of $390,000 instead of the 20 years of payments, but she says she plans to buy a new car and a new house and save the rest of the money, boy. I'm telling you, give me $25,000 for life, I'm quitting. I ain't doing that.
I was gonna say, for some reason, I feel like that wasn't the right move.
Hey, we come back, we're gonna talk more. This is Michael and Joy. MichaelAndJoy.com. Let go.
She wasn't supposed to do that one lump sum, huh, Brian?
Because she got taxed. She got taxed like crazy.
But no, it wasn't that. It's just, and I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, but it's our inability to manage money. And $300,000 for the rest of my life is not a lot of money.
It sounds
Because
like
the thing
a
is
lot
that
of money
most
at the
people
time.
don't have the ability to say no.
Right.
And so, you got family members like, oh, that's going to be crucial. Like, I need this because you got all that money, and folks going to be thinking that's a lot of money. And before she know it,
It's gonna
3
be gone.
years, if she get 3 years.
Yes.
Because it's people you talk about 85% of lottery winners get broke within 3 years, and they talk about millions.
And professional athletes
Yeah,
as well.
they get millions. So
Yes.
$330,000 is probably some people debt already.
Right.
They already
Before they even get the money.
they already in that type of debt, and and that's the crazy thing.
We back. Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Shout out to Brian Joubert. L&B Tax Service in the building. LNBTaxService.com is the website. We talked about some important changes to the tax code for 2017. When you can file, when you can't file, why that earned income tax child credit jump gonna be slowed up. Did I say that right? And earned income credit tax.
Credit.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I was like, you must not get it.
It's about being creative, right? It must
Clearly.
it's about Hey, shout out to Brian Joubert. He's hanging out with us today. Hey, some honorable mentions for the Oscars this year. Shout out to Kobe Bean Bryant. Dear Basketball was nominated for Best Animated Short for the 6-minute film based on Kobe Bryant's 2015 letter announcing his retirement from basketball. Kobe said that he was thrilled. He said it on Twitter. Also, shout out to Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington was also nominated for Best Actor in the Roman J. Israel Esquire movie, one of the biggest genuine surprises for Washington's nod. A film that no one had really heard of and that didn't do particularly well in the theaters either. But guess what? It was critically acclaimed, and Denzel Washington got a nod for it. And, yeah. And finally, shout out to the movie Get Out. Get Out got its due this year also. In addition to being a phenomenal film, Jordan Peele's horror comedy Get Out gave comedic and yet searing insight into what it's like to be an African American in the United States today. So they got a nomination as far as Oscar nods are concerned. If you look at nobody was blacklisted this year, boy. All the brothers they wanted y'all brothers watching the Oscars this year, boy.
It was like, I'm gonna need them dollars.
Monique this week?
Monique. We did. I was just like, Monique, I gotta do the
Petty in
Netflix thing.
2017.
Yeah, I gotta do the
I was
Netflix
gonna
thing.
say,
Sorry,
look,
Monique.
I mean, I get it,
You
but
can't do another boycott.
Right.
I don't know.
not that boycott.
Yeah, I have my list of
Going
boycotts.
outside.
I'm just
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just staying in the house. We boycott everybody.
Yeah.
I ain't going outside to breathe y'all white air.
Nope.
Well, I do
It's
need y'all to
actually
stop
not-
boycotting black businesses.
Yeah, how about that?
Stop boycotting supporting black businesses. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's what
let's
I'm
talk
talking
about
about.
that.
Libra is in the building. You guys, Our Children's Story, you guys got a big event together. You and Philip came together. How did this partnership happen?
Yes.
Wow. It was one of those organic evolutions.
Very
once
organic.
again. I mean, Libra started out as my client from a Facebook tag. Someone tagged me. And then
Love
I did her
that.
makeup, loved her energy. We became friends. And then as we were becoming friends, I was seeing what she was doing in the community and how pure it was. And when I first started my business, people kept saying, you need to attach yourself to a charity. I'm like, I'm not just attaching myself to a charity so I can look good. Like, I gotta really
And you
believe
gotta
in
believe it.
And I gotta believe it, like, know that they're doing the right thing. And I just started watching her, and it's like, I'm like on the phone with her in the middle of the night. And it's like she's crying about someone else's child and like the things that she was doing. I was like, this woman is really serious. So we just started slowly doing work together. We ended up, she had to do a magazine article, and so we did the shoot for it, and then we started doing mommy makeovers for the special needs moms, and then we just like, we could do some things.
And we're going to talk about you guys doing a fashion show
Yes.
together, right? We're going to talk about the fashion show. What's the date?
February 10th.
February 10th, right around the corner. We'll talk about that. We come back, we can talk about Brian. We're going to recap these tax updates because folks are wondering why I can't file my taxes. Well, you can actually file.
You just can't send them on.
There you go. That's the most important
get it
part.
done.
Yeah, you get it done. Hey, it's Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. We'll be right back.
Be proactive.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm trying to get so everybody don't rush at one time.
Right.
That's it.
You have business cards with you?
Yes.
You can get it done. What won't happen
All right.
is sending it off.
Stay
Right.
strapped though.
You said scrap. All right now.
Hey,
All right.
I-
All right.
business card. I get them packed.
Right,
About
no
9
kidding.
items. Pen, a
A
business
pen,
card,
a
a
flyer.
flyer,
Oh, you get a
a
whole
business
notebook.
card holder,
Oh,
An
okay.
entrepreneur T-shirt.
a shirt. Yeah, you get a
Did you
shirt,
go to a
LMB
HBCU?
shirt. Yeah, you know.
Look,
I just
look,
ordered.
and a carrier bag.
Stop
ordered a
it. Not a
bunch
whole
of shirts.
kit.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Okay.
you get a-
Well, since you asked, here's your
Okay,
kit.
yeah,
If I'm in my
exactly.
truck, I might give you a desk.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'll make sure you take care of. You don't forget us.
Okay.
Got it all.
Brandon for real.
Every time you bump into that desk, oh, no, this is LMB Tax Service desk. You stay on your mind. That's why you see me representing all the time.
I know that's
The
right.
thing is, like I told people, you know, everybody know me from back in the day of Polo, but then I realized Ralph Lauren didn't send me one check.
That's
Boom!
right.
Say
Send me
that.
one check.
Ooh.
I'm
I
sorry,
ain't
they
all
don't
finna
send me
say
no
thank
check.
you,
I'm
Mr.
not
Juba, for
representing
your
nobody's
of
brand.
buying
Look, thank
stuff.
you for my
No
picture.
one's brand that send me a check.
Thank you for
Sorry.
your many years of buying stuff.
Yeah.
Pen handy like we used to do back in the day when we used to write down them little girls' phone numbers. Be like, what's your number, Shawty? Hold on, I got a pen right here. Bam!
Keep that
To avoid
jar
those pens.
behind
Also,
your ear.
yeah, knuckle it. What do I mean when I say knuckle it? When you are a debit card machine in that thing, we get a habit of putting our PIN number in with our fingers. Guess what? Somebody just ate at the Waffle House and licked their finger and then came over there and touched that keypad. Well, those are some of the same germs that you get. So if you can knuckle that thing up, do it. Also, be safe at the pump. Drivers must get gas in their vehicles no matter what, if they're sick or not. Protect yourself at the pump. Grab your little paper towel or something before picking up that gas nozzle. You can also use a paper towel as a barrier as you're punching in your debit card also. Yup. Also, shake and wash, fellas. Shake and wash. Why we gotta shake? Why we teach our kids to shake? Why not just get a piece of tissue and wipe?
I was gonna say TMI. Can we just?
People are more germ conscious these days, so avoiding a handshake is not as rude as it used to be back in the day, especially during flu season. If you must do it, wash and sanitize your hands immediately. And then last but not least, hands off. You are constantly using other phones or computer tablets to show your friends and coworkers pictures and videos. Well, that means other people are putting those germs on something that you are constantly touching. Get into the habit of wiping your phone down with a disinfectant wipe to cut down on spreading germs, or just text your friends your photos or pictures. Be like, hey, let me see that picture. What's your number? I'm gonna text it to you. I don't want you touching my phone.
I'm about to say, how about you just look?
Yeah.
Why you
That's it,
gotta
right.
touch
You gotta
nothing?
everything.
Yeah.
Just look.
As a matter of fact, let me put my phone
I
in my
wipe my
pocket.
phone down like never in life.
Like I said, do you ever cut your phone off?
Like never in life. I never once. So somebody done got sick off my phone.
Brian got them.
Responsible for the
sure.
flu outbreak.
Right, Brian got
Blame it
them
on the government.
freaknik germs in his phone.
Hey, Mike, we talk about have your own pen. We got them LMB pens with the motivational messages. Clients love them. Have your own pen. I buy them about 1,000. You can
Yes,
have
he
your
does.
own. Don't
Hey.
share.
Hey, we got the crew in the
You can
building.
have your own.
Libra and Phillip are hanging out with us. Our children's story. The fashion show is coming up. Tell us about the fashion show and what we can expect.
Well, Inclusion Fashion Show. We are bringing the special needs community along with the typical community and letting them all rock the runway.
Yeah.
It came about for me because I got tired of people telling me no and not offering my son opportunities. So I said, well, I'm going to stop waiting on an opportunity and I'm going to create it.
Amen.
That's it.
That's it.
I mean, it's about inclusion. I mean, for me personally, I know what it's like to be discriminated against. And I do not want anyone, because of me, to feel that way. So anything that I do is to promote inclusion and to promote limitless thinking. That's what it means, like, why be limited? So, you know, I work in the fashion and beauty industry, and that industry tries to dictate how you're supposed to look and what makes you beautiful. No, ma'am. We're about to show you how anybody can be fabulous.
That's what I'm talking about. And tickets are available. This fashion show is next month, right?
Yes, February 10th. Tickets are available on my website, www.ourchildrenstory.org. When you get to the website, go under the tab What We're Doing, and you will see the link to Inclusion Fashion Show, and you can purchase tickets through that link.
Now, you know you don't have to say www.
Well, you know, some folks will try that. So
Well, if you're talking
I
to
mean,
Brian,
usually Brian still
Yeah.
uses the VCR, so
Right.
I'm sure him and Mom can make it to the fashion show. Okay.
Oh man!
Yeah.
Hey, don't worry, Brian, because we're
Just
about
in
to
case.
put Phillip on the spot. We're gonna play this little game that we play called This or That. Check this out.
Whoop whoop.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Can you tell your mama type in the address?
She got a throwback though. She got another TV with the built-in.
Oh, she got
Michael Joy in the morning. Michael Joy.
Throwback.
If
Mom got
it's
one of
sitting
them
on top
too.
of a floor model, I'm gonna be real mad.
No, that's my auntie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's my auntie.
Baby. Hey, we got an awesome show for you today. The
Just
fashion
my
show.
auntie.
For more information, go to the website www.ourchildrenstory.org, or you can just go to ourchildrenstory.org and find it there. Phillip Washington hanging out with us today. Also, Libra Hicks is in the building. She is the founder of Our Children's Story. Now, this is a game that we play, Phillip. It's called This or That. Get to know you a little bit better.
Just a
Not
little
just
bit.
our listeners, but your fans as well.
Okay.
Where did you grow up?
Washington, D.C.
Shout out to
Hey,
DC.
in the building.
Hold on.
Michael from DC. So
DC or the
let's be real specific.
DMV? Come on now.
Both.
Okay.
Born in D.C.
Okay.
And then I ended up moving to Laurel.
Laurel.
Maryland.
Yeah.
They
I
probably
was gonna say that's up there.
Yeah. So, like
I'm
the
from
first
Hampton.
question,
Michael's from DC.
did y'all have y'all cereal in the pantry or on top of the refrigerator?
On top of the refrigerator.
Oh,
What you
okay.
talking about?
That's what I'm talking about.
We was
Yeah.
like,
Where else
know,
we
we-
put it? I still do.
He was like, that's what you supposed to put.
To 29.
Right. To what?
He was like,
Oh,
no, we
29.
still ain't got no pantry.
All right, so
Oh,
here's the
okay.
deal. We got a list of questions. We knew you were coming on the show about 17 weeks ago, so what we did was we put some questions together.
Like almost literally, like.
Okay.
So we
Exactly.
decided, so what we did is we answered the questions based off how we think you would answer it. And it's a game between
Oh,
Joy and
I
I.
love
And
that.
right now, since January
We're
1st,
tied.
the score is 3-3 right now. So
Mhm.
this could put somebody over the top. So we already asked you the first question, what was the test question. That's just kind of how it goes. So let's
Okay.
go blast through these questions real quick. Wake up in the morning, 2 boxes of cereal on the table, Phillip. One is Frosted Flakes, the other is Captain Crunch. Which one are you choosing?
Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes. So
I
one
can't, I
Michael.
gotta have the root of my mouth still available.
Yeah,
that's
anything, you never
DC
know.
boy. Cheetos or cheese puffs?
Cheetos.
Cheetos, so
Yeah.
1-1. Mexican or Italian? And we're talking food, not men.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes a difference.
It does.
I bet. 2-1. Lemon pepper wings or hot wings?
Oh, lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper, 2-2.
I'm still trying to
Okay.
protect the root of my mouth.
2-2. We want to feel it pretty good.
No, this is a competition.
It's a competition.
No,
Wow.
we don't
McDonald's
shake
fries
hands.
or Chick-fil-A fries?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, okay, Joy is up 3-2. Cruise vacation or destination vacation?
Destination.
Destination.
Yes.
Put Joy up
Why
4-2.
be limited?
Yes, sir. Right. Why be
Alright,
limited?
this is
Duh.
Just saying.
Vegas or
Limited
Miami?
Miami.
Miami, okay, we both got that. Right now it scores 5-3. Okay, here go a real hood question.
Uh-oh.
DC style.
DC style.
Grape Kool-Aid or red Kool-Aid?
Oh, you mean purple Kool-Aid? That ain't grape. That's called purple. That's
Alright,
purple flavor.
we're
That's
purple.
purple
Okay,
flavor.
so
So you
purple
pick purple?
it's
Yeah, purple
5,
flavor.
Okay, well, I have
5-3
red.
right now.
It's all
Joy's in
good.
the
I'm
lead.
still
Well, it's
winning.
all good because this is the bonus question. And the
Uh-oh.
bonus question, because we are celebrating the birth of one Mary Lou Retton. She's on that Wheaties box. The bonus
Just in
question
case,
gonna be
you gotta
worth
put it all-
50
you gotta
points
put your all
today.
into it.
Okay.
50 points. All right. So you just finished up the fashion show. What's the name of the fashion show?
Inclusion. factor.
When is the fashion show?
February 10th.
And how can they get tickets?
www.ourchildrenstory.org. Don't clown me.
So after the fashion
I love it.
show, Phillip, you don't feel like driving home. So what happens is we hand you the trap phone, and this is the trap phone right here.
Wow. Okay.
And on the trap phone, there are only 3 numbers on the trap phone, but you can only call one of these people to drive you home. Who's driving you home? Is it Don Lemon, RuPaul, or Kevin Spacey?
Come on now.
Who are you calling to drive you home?
Auntie Roo. What is
Auntie
Come on now. And
Look, or uncle. I mean, whichever one. I mean,
depending on what time of the day I call.
Right.
I know.
But thank you, Joy.
Would you say that's
Clearly.
obvious?
Yeah, that was real obvious.
No, it wasn't. I thought you was
Which
gonna
one
say
did you pick?
Don Lemon. I
Don
thought it was gonna go
Lemon.
for the cute one. You know?
Nah.
I was gonna say, look.
I'm asexual these days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're going to find out what that means on another show. You have to come back and school us on that
I was
thing.
gonna say, good. They'll be back on the 8th.
How can people follow you, Phil?
It's yblimited.online.com, and it's the letter Y, the letter B, limitedonline.com.
Thank you very much. And Libra, what about you?
I'm all over the place. Y'all can find me on Facebook, Our Children's Story Inc., or Instagram, Our Children's _story. That's
what I'm talking about. Hey guys, today's show was brought to you by our man Brian Joubert. As we wrap up this awesome Wednesday show, a couple of reminders for you. First day of filing electronically is when?
It's Monday the 29th. But you can file your taxes now. We just can send them off on the 29th. So get in. And then the other thing we have too, Michael, is that we can actually show you a comparison of what you have going on this year and how that will look next year with the new tax break. So we industry leaders, man, and people want to know because it's going to be drastic changes.
And then also, once you file those taxes on January 29th, and if you're claiming that earned income credit or the additional child tax credit, these might be slowed up a little bit for you, right?
Yeah, just know that the 15th is the first day that your stuff is going to go through. If you get those credits, the earned income credit, child tax credit, and you probably won't get your refund about February the 27th.
There you go.
The what day?
The 27th.
No.
February?
You don't have to say the
The
R.
15th?
The 15th.
The 15th?
Your money will be gone by the 29th. And then finally, you always have some events going on. What you got going on this week?
As of now, I only have 3. That's going to change because we just haven't inked a couple of them. No, but actually on the 1st, if you're in the Charlotte area, I'll be speaking in Charlotte on February 1st. So, I see y'all got details I'll put on my social media. On the 6th, I'll be at the College Park Library speaking to the community about taxes and entrepreneurship. And on the 7th, I'll actually be, shout out to my man Sean, I'll be a Sweet Lounge speaking. We'll be doing kind of a crab leg cocktails and tax tips at Sweet Lounge upstairs, getting it on the 7th, and that's from like 5 to 9, something like that. So right now, that's where I'll be, those 3
Crab legs
events.
to tax.
Shout out to Sweet Lounge, man. That's my clients, though. They on Wednesday evening, y'all. Wednesday, they have $10 crab legs and $5 martinis.
There you go.
So that's tonight. Shout out to Mama Payne while we up here.
Hey, Mama Payne! Well, y'all so crazy. Hey, shout out to this 5th grader who was suspended, and her parents are now under investigation after she passed out gummy bears at her New Mexico elementary school, unaware that the candy contained what? That THC. The unknown 5th grader allegedly handed out the candy to 4th graders at the Albuquerque School of Excellence. 3 students ate the single gummy bear, and the girl who brought the THC-laced candy ate 3 or 4 of them herself. She said, I started feeling a little dizzy. I felt like the room was going to flip upside down. She also said the label said Incredibles on it, so we thought it was just a regular, ordinary gummy bear. Well, the company that is called Incredibles, they brand marijuana or medical marijuana, later told the TV station that, hey, we do not make gummy bears, by the way. One of the suspects was arrested. Well, not arrested, but she's being questioned.
I was going to say one of the mamas.
Boy, them kids was feeling good up in that classroom.
Because she was trying to fight ADD.
Right.
There you go. Hey, tomorrow is Thursday. If you miss any of the show, all you got to do is go to michaelandjoy.com to check it out. Phillip, thank you. Libra, thank you. And as always, Brian is Joubert. Check them out. It's Michael and Joy in the morning.
Let's go. Yay. Mama Payne said she in there high. She was in there high. She was in there high. Thank you guys. Thank you, Mama Payne.
Good morning to you, brother.
Thank you, Tamika, J. Wing.
What's up, brother? What's up, Polon?
Hey, Brooks,
I'm weekend, man. I'm coming your way.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say,
Police, DJ Ortiz, cool kids. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you guys.
What's up, Manetta?
Have a great day.
What's up, brother McGee?
From the top of my head to the soles of my feet, I ask that God watch over you, keep you, protect you, expand your territory, and your capacity. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Bye, guys. See you later.